These are my top tips for knitting with faux fur yarn like Lion Brand's new Shaggy Chic. First, just like crocheting with faux fur, you want to take a deep breath and expect this to be a slower and more careful process than your regular knitting projects. When knitting with faux fur, all of your stitches are on your needles, so it's a bit easier to find them, but it can still be intimidating when there's so much fluff and they seem to all blend together. You want to feel for the core or ribbon of the yarn and make sure you're inserting your needle under that and not just into the fluff. This core is the structure of the yarn and therefore the structure of the stitch, so if you miss it, you may drop a stitch. You want to count your stitches with every row. It's very difficult to locate a drop stitch, but it's easier to fix when it's in the most recent row versus several rows down. The earlier you realize it, the better. You can place lifelines across a row every so often so that if you do drop a stitch, you only have to unravel back to that point. To do this, just thread a contrasting color regular yarn through every stitch of the current row on your needles. You can then unravel back to this point if you need to, and your stitches will be caught in the lifelines so you can place them back on your needles. Count your rows and take notes of where you are if you have to put the project down. You can use removable stitch markers to mark every row or multiples of rows so you can make sure you don't lose track of where you are. Like I said before, don't forget to breathe and take your time. At the end of the day, little mistakes will be completely hidden. The most important thing is to keep your stitch count correct and make sure not to drop a stitch so your project won't unravel.